1, 10 to 1 in North Carolina. I love that state. We won South Carolina easily, but North Carolina was supposed to be something that's very hard to win. Right? Very, very hard to win. Ladies and gentlemen, we have breaking news. And you see these people, they're going like, oh, look, oh. One of the networks is going, ladies and gentlemen, we have breaking news. Donald Trump. They're like in a state of absolute, like they're getting sick. One of them, they say, broke down and started to cry, but I don't think she did, really. I don't think she did. So they go, ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump has won the state of North Carolina. Hey, now they're going, oh, my. Now we're running up the East Coast. I mean, it's like a marathon. It's like, and now we hit Pennsylvania, and they don't want to call it, right? You saw that. They don't want to call it. So we're left with 1%. And if they got 100% of that 1%, they still get killed in Pennsylvania. Now, Pennsylvania was tough because every Republican forever thought they were going to win the great state of Pennsylvania, right? They said, not me, the bride that got away. That's the expression. It's always the bride that got away. Pennsylvania, great state. And I said, we're going to win Pennsylvania, but I keep thinking about every time you see the Republicans are going for 38 years or something, they hadn't won Pennsylvania. So it's one of those states, very, very tough to win. But I just felt so good. We're getting these massive crowds. In fact, we're going there in 2 days to celebrate. Hershey, Pennsylvania. We're going to Hershey. A big crowd. So Pennsylvania, they don't want to call it. They don't want to call it. There's like 1% left, and there's no way they can catch it. And I'm looking, and I'm starting to do interviews now because now I'm thinking, boy, this is fun. This is great. I can't lose Pennsylvania. But they refuse to call it because they're dishonest people, okay? So, it's all right. So then we go up the coast, and then it happened, right? Before Pennsylvania, even though they should have done Pennsylvania at about 11:30 in the evening. Of course, there's two reasons. Number one, they like the commercials because the audience they had that night was massive. The debates, did I win those debates, folks? Right? The debates had a massive, over 100 million people. And by the way, did Mike Pence, did he win his debate? Mike Pence. That wasn't even a contest. In fact, Mike, it actually got boring. That was not even a contest. So then it happened, folks, out of nowhere. Oh, and they got sick. They were like, he was throwing up. You know, with the map being, boy, that map was getting red as hell. That map was bleeding red. Florida, South Carolina. And before that, remember, Texas. They said, for 3 months, Texas is in play. Texas, that means we're like even. And Republicans win Texas. Even if you're a lousy candidate, you win Texas. Texas is Republican. And it's great, and the people are great, and I had these massive crowds. And for 3 months, they're saying, Texas is in play, and next week, it is very close. Texas is in play. And Georgia, remember Georgia? Georgia is in play. And I'm saying, man, can you imagine if I lose Texas? Or if I lose Georgia? It's in play. I'm saying to my kids and my wife, Texas is in play. Georgia's in play. This is going to be a disaster. And then they said Utah. Now, I don't think the Republicans ever lost. Have they ever lost Utah? I don't think so. Utah is in play against some guy that I look at him and say, there's no way. My wife looked at him and she said, you're not going to lose to him. Sure. Telling you she's good at this stuff. I said, yeah, but they say that he's tied with me. And she said, no, he's not tied. You're not going to lose to him. Don't worry about it. So they said, Utah is in play. So now it's like whatever time, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, it goes on. First thing, like about 1 minute, you know, because the numbers were so great. Donald Trump has won the state of Texas. That means it was a slaughter. It was a slaughter. Donald Trump has won the state of Georgia. Donald Trump has won the state of Utah. I love Utah. Utah. And this guy that was put up there to fight me, I mean, he was down. Hillary even beat him, okay? We won Utah by 25 points, something like that. We won Utah by a lot. So all of a sudden I'm saying, wow, but what happened? So now we win all these states, and they're holding Pennsylvania. Ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump has won the state of Wisconsin. Right? Donald Trump. So they said Donald Trump has won the state. And I tell you what, I give a lot of credit to that. To your governor, a lot of credit. I give a lot of credit to Paul Ryan. Give him a lot of credit. And I give a lot of credit to Vice President Mike Pence, because they stood up here and they campaigned like you never saw before. So that was out of the blue. Now we pick up a state that we weren't really expecting. We knew it was close, but we didn't know that that was going to happen. And then after that, Michigan was announced, and now, and the greatest was when Pennsylvania came in, because that's a big, 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 beautiful state. Donald Trump has won the state of Pennsylvania, and they're going even before Pennsylvania, but they're doing all this red, and that map was so beautiful looking. And I'll never forget the guy who was saying for months, there is no path to 270 for Donald Trump. But there was a path to 306. No path. There was no path to 270. In fact, they couldn't get me up. They couldn't get me up to 270, but they got me to 269. So I kept going back to Maine, one vote. And that's part of the beauty of the electoral system. I have to tell you, I went back to Maine 4 times for one. The beauty is I went to 17 different states. I was going all over. And there is a beauty to it. There's a genius to it. Now, the other would be easier. Just a popular vote would be easier, because I go to New York and California, go to Texas, go to Florida. That's it. And it would be easier. But the Electoral College is genius. It's genius. You go everywhere. And unless you see it, it's a very different way of campaigning. It's sort of like if you play golf. It's match play versus stroke play. You know, it's very different. But unless you see how this works up close and personal. So we ended up winning. And I'll never forget when they were on the map and they put up Wisconsin. And he said, there is no path for Hillary Clinton to become president. Donald Trump is your next president of the United States. Because of you. So I want to thank the people of Wisconsin. You're incredible people. You're incredible people. Really do. And I can tell you this. We're going to work so hard for you. We're going to work so hard. We're going to have the best people in the world. And you see the people we're getting. If you don't mind, we won't be totally politically correct. If you don't mind, okay? Is that all right? All right. We are going to work so hard for you. And we're going to bring back your jobs. And we're going to terminate Obamacare. We're going to come up with a great, great health plan that Paul Ryan is working on right now. And we're going to cut your taxes. And we're going to have strong borders. And we're going to have the wall. We're going to have the wall. We're going to have that wall. And we're going to stop the drugs from pouring into our country. And we're going to build up our military, big league, and we're going to take care of those vets. We're going to take care of them. And we are going to make you, look, here's the bottom line. We are going to make you so proud of your country again. So proud. We are never, ever going to let you down. We are never going to let you down. Believe me, and I'm saying this from the heart, this is me to you. This is not reading anything, no speeches, no nothing. This is me to you. I say it to the heart, and maybe even more so. I know how hard you worked in this state, and my people were so incredible in this state, the people that got out the vote, and they said they didn't even have to work to get out the vote. It's so incredible. So we're never going to let you down, Wisconsin. And I just want to tell you, in the truest sense of the words, it's a theme that we started right from the beginning. We're going to make America strong again. We're going to make America powerful again. We're going to make America rich again, wealthy again. We are going to make America great again. So I want to thank you, Wisconsin. God bless you. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. God bless you. Thank you, Wisconsin. Thank you. Thank you.